Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you have your Mars in Capricorn, then this is your video. So Mars is exalted in Capricorn, so he's very strong, especially on the 28th degree. He's in fall in the opposite sign of Cancer, 28 degrees of Cancer. And he rules Aries and Scorpio, and of course he's in detriment in Taurus and Libra. Okay, two Venus rule signs, and he's in fall in the sign of the moon. His day is Tuesday, his color is red, and his metal is iron. Okay, and Mars is of course excessively dry and excessively hot. He's connected to the fifth Sephiroth known as Gevura. And the Pythagoreans associated the number 5 to danger and called it the nemesis. So Mars can sometimes become the nemesis in our natal chart. Mars is action principle. He's how we wake up in the morning and we take action. He's yang and he's fiery. And he activates by fire, which is by burning and separating. When you burn something in fire, it separates, right? And something new is born. So fire is also a very creative force. But it is not a creative force like Venus, which is uniting. Like they say, Venus gives and Mars takes. Okay, the thing that ancients called the malefic, Saturn and Mars, because these two planets tend towards excesses or extremes. Okay, they tend towards extremes. Excesses may be more Jupiterian, but they tend towards extremes. And the benefics tend towards moderation. So it is easier to work with this energy. And Buddha taught about moderation and the middle part in the Venus-ruled age of Taurus. So that is absolutely poetic, right? Now, so Mars, okay, Mars, let's discuss some illnesses and the anatomy that Mars rules. The gallbladder, the left ear, tertian fevers, pestilence, carbuncles, plague sores, burnings, ringworm, acne, blisters, frenzies, distempers in the head. Mars rules the head, the brain, and the face, by the way. Okay, and here with Mars and Capricorn, you have a very strong warrior-like energy that emanates from you, and you can see that in your face. You know, there's certain gravitas to Mars in Capricorn because he's wearing the mask, the persona of Saturn, his greater malefic, right? And like Mars is very dry, Saturn is very dry, Mars is very hot, Saturn is very cold. Okay, smallpox is ruled by Mars and all kinds of pitting and scarring on the face. Even body odors and mouth odors can happen with an afflicted or debilitated Mars. Even a Mars that is exalted. It is known that exalted planets can sometimes become too much to handle. And Mars energy is anyway very too much to handle, right? So, and he's of course very destructive. He creates via destruction. Okay, that is something we need to understand. Now, Mars keywords, power, right? And Capricorn is definitely about power because Capricorn is about long-term goals and has a huge long staying power, the Saturn's domain, even though this is cardinal earth that wants to start something. But Saturn gives it that long detailing and staying power, longer than Virgo. And Virgo has more of the problem solving thing, but Capricorn has more of the conquering. This is the archetype of the boss. Okay, and Saturn rules all hierarchies. So here Mars, the warrior, is here to rule. That's why he's exalted in Saturn's domain. Okay, now courage. There's a lot of courage with Mars and Capricorn. A lot of strength, brute strength, marathon runners. Yes, I would say Mars and Capricorn, marathon runners. Okay, competitiveness, the need to come first. This is a huge part of Mars in Capricorn. Okay, winning, not losing. Okay, and Capricorn hates losing, because ultimately Capricorn is a sign of mastery. So somewhere within, even if they lose in the physical realm, they cannot accept it unless they mature with the Saturnine energies. Okay, it gets easier after 29. Capricorns, mostly Mars and Capricorn, things get much easier after your Saturn return. 24 onwards it gets easier, but much better after the Saturn return. Okay, you're a leader, definitely you're the boss, and you can be quite aggressive, not passive aggressive, but really open, verbal. Mars also rules screams, lies, deceit, verbal abuse. So exalted Mars can also give into that verbal abuse. You are such a strict boss, you can be quite the disciplinarian. Okay, with Mars in Cancer, because it's always about winning, and this aggression can be upfront, okay, and given with a very straight Saturnine face. Can be quarrelsome, can be a destabilizing factor for other people, because you're so keen on stabilizing yourself. Okay, that is something you have to realize. And Saturn is all about walls. Okay, so the wall has two sides, what it holds in and what it lets go. So this is Capricorn, what is holding in, and what is on the other side and beyond is Aquarius. So here, Mars and Capricorn is about structures and ultimately mastery of those structures. Okay, now going into the myth of Capricorn. Capricorn is actually, it has to do with time, because it's ruled by Kronos. And Capricorn is essentially, if you look at its polarity, Cancer is about mother and child. And Capricorn is about how society provides ways for us to take care of the mother and child. It is at the very top. It is the midheaven, the natural midheaven. So it is our collective social recognition, how we collectively vibe off. So it is cardinal, of course. So it always wants to change, do something new, initiate. It's feminine, and oftentimes Capricorn was associated with the sea goat. Okay, and esoteric astrologies, esoteric astrology, Capricorn is also associated with the unicorn. That is the ultimate journey of the sea goat to the mountain goat to the unicorn, when a Capricorn becomes completely initiated. So that is where Mars is headed in his hero's journey towards complete mastery of all the physical world and self-mastery. Let us not forget that. Okay, very warlike, like I've told you, but in Aries, which is a sign Mars rules, he's not as deliberate as he's in Scorpio, another sign he rules. But Mars here plans way ahead. Okay, plans really way ahead. But with Scorpio, the obsession is oftentimes towards darkness, towards what is not visible. But with Capricorn, Mars is more interested in what is visible, in the hierarchies in front of us, the legal system, the judiciary, and all of that. Okay, all the structures that patriarchy has created. Okay, very dependable Mars. That is why I guess Mars has such a reputation in Capricorn. Very reliable Mars. You know this to be the hallmark of Capricorn. And if you have a very powerfully grounded Mars here, you'll be, very connected to helping and bettering a lot of others. Because like we said, without the structure of Capricorn, Saturnian structures, Luna will not be able to propagate and have children. So if the Sumerians believed that Cancer was the gateway of the souls of this Manvantara, Capricorn is the exit way. So Saturn takes us all out of the 7 planetary spheres, because he's the ruler of the 7th planetary sphere. After that is all the, nothing is visible to the naked eye. So his music, his manifestation is what is creating this world. That is why ultimately the souls go to Capricorn to pass over into the next realm, so to speak. Okay, very methodical, very, very methodical. Mars here, and this method can lead to madness. Okay, that is when, you know, Mars becomes your nemesis, is when this method becomes madness. So the balance and moderation of Venus always comes in as a lesson that is not about extremes. Okay, it's not about the extremes, it's about coming to a midpoint. That is reality, because every energy is dualistic. You talk about air is very dualistic, but the earth is also very dualistic. Every energy, it has multiple expressions, and now we know there are multiverses. So I mean, think about what Mars feels in Capricorn. Okay, he is not as philosophical as he was in Sagittarius. He's very practical here. He's very methodical here. He is not going to let you step on his toe here. You know, he has a boundary around him, because Saturn rules boundaries, you know. So Mars in Capricorn will obviously have boundaries, so to speak, right? But of course, Mars here can be very pessimistic, very, you know, they can paralyze you with their pessimism. So that is another side to Mars. Although Mars by itself is not pessimistic, but again, vibing off the Capricornian vibe and taking it to extremes, that's what Mars does. Number 5, the nemesis, you know, taking things to the extreme, and really seeing that Mars in Capricorn can flourish if they don't give in to their you know, the will to power, as Nietzsche called it, and if they just realize that power is with them, because they are here to provide that safe space. So that is what patriarchy had to do. That was the task of patriarchy, you know, to provide that safe spot. That is why fathers went out and made money while mothers stayed back home and had children. So this is not an energy that is about just power and hegemony. That's why the ultimate manifestation of the Capricornian archetype is the unicorn. You know, that's where they are headed. Yes, you have to be the sea goat, the mountain goat, to climb, climb, climb. Because here Mars wants to climb those mountains, those Saturnine mountains, and he has miles to go before he sleeps. There is no sleep for Mars in Capricorn, because he's steady and he's steadfast. Yes, he likes new initiatives because he's cardinal, but he likes to complete things. He likes to see things come to full circle, completions. But when you think of Capricorn, you think of the devil card. So there could be some kind of slavishness to this Mars, you know, slavishly attached to materialism could be a possibility, or hedonism. Okay, or hegemony, like I told you, slavishly attached to hegemony. But Capricorn stelliums, they are the bosses of the zodiac. They're the ones who actually control, and you know, they're very conservative, because they understand that the old has functioned. So sometimes they get so caught in realizing that okay, this is how our ancestors did it, and it is tried and tested, so this works. But oftentimes it doesn't, right? And oftentimes patriarchy has failed us. So this is the lesson of Mars in Capricorn, is the journey to becoming the unicorn. The warrior becomes the unicorn, full of peace and love and generosity, providing that umbrella under which Cancer can propagate and bring these souls into incarnation. Like, comment, subscribe, book a reading, and let me know what you think. Click the bell icon so you get notified when I make videos. Thank you.